From the sound of it, you might forget that this year's NBA playoffs are unfolding in a fan-free arena, thanks in large part to Mark Dittmar and Firehouse Productions.
We're taking human voices and trying to make it sound like an actual crowd in an 18,000-seat arena.
And unique human voices in that they're reacting to everything that's going on.
Correct.
It was almost impossible to imagine when the NBA suspended its season in March. The league's biggest star, LeBron James, said it would never happen.
We play games without the fans? No, it's impossible. I ain't playing.
Mark Dittmar heard LeBron loud and clear.
I was like, well, that's a giant bummer. You know, again, this is...
Understatement.
I woke up the next morning and had this crazy idea in my head of what if he didn't know there weren't fans?
Carlton Myers, the vice president of live production and entertainment for the NBA, was wondering the same thing.
We wanted to create the environment that the players are used to, knowing that if the players feel comfortable, they'll play better.
The start of the idea was putting a multi-channel sound system, like actually we have sitting around us right now, around the court.
It feeds into 10 large clusters of speakers, all facing the court. They spent weeks building an audio library with layers of sounds and a system to deliver them.
They're launch pads with buttons, and each vertical row is a set of information, so murmur might be one row, 1 through 8. The game director is talking to them some, narrating the story, but they are somewhere between playing a video game, playing a musical instrument.
Audio sweetener Nathan Allers.
Nathan, let's hear a bass murmur.
Joined us from the NBA bubble in Orlando to show us how it works.
We have 8 additional audience levels, the basic audience pregame kind of level, that being level 1, level 8 being basically everybody in an arena on their feet, cheering, clapping, and we can really kind of scale up the sound and scale it back down.
They first demoed the technology for Myers at a gym near Firehouse Productions in New York's Hudson Valley.
You got the speakers set up and everything, and as they started layering the sounds, you just got the feeling that you were in a building with 17,000 people, and at that moment I knew that it would work.
Down in Orlando, each game was an opportunity to improve.
So the more practice those guys have in doing games, the better they get at it. There's a lot of nuance to basketball, so you have to learn certain situations, and they've really learned how to sweeten those situations to sound extremely natural.
We layer on like a big reaction or multiple reactions based on what may happen.
Let's go, build it up, and let's go really big.
I would say that's relatively close to the level we were at when Doncic hit the 3-point at the in overtime the other night.
Doncic pulls up 3-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good!
If you just listen to the crowd, it certainly sounds fake. You can hear that it is synthetic. Then you get the basketball bouncing up and down, and you get the players yelling at each other and all that.
To handle for Gasol. Turnover. Here comes Tina.
Now it's so far down in your brain that it sounds completely realistic.
Hammers it home!
It even surprised Toronto Raptors coach Nick Nurse.
It doesn't feel that much different. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but it really doesn't.
The refs asked early on if we were going to have like ref you suck or things like that, and one team came forward and said, our fans boo, we want booing.
And the NBA took those specialty sounds a few steps further, adding ones associated with each team's home arena, like in Miami.
The PA announcer, when there's 2 minutes left in the quarter, he says 2 minutes, dos minutos. So we got him to record that, send that to us, and when that happens during the game, when there's 2 minutes left in any quarter, we play it.
Say hi to all the virtual fans.
That's right. They even added fans.
I think the players get a little bit of energy from looking up into the stands and seeing, well, not in the stands, but on the screens, and seeing fans there live.
You think of the DNA.
Do you have those moments where you sort of pinch yourself and like, can you believe we created this?
Yeah, it happens all the time. Family members call me up and say, you know, I turned on the game, it sounded great, it looked great, there's fans in the stands. And I'm just like, yeah, I guess we did do it. This year,